Henry Johnson have done it. Both Hall of Famers. Julio Franco hit a home run at 48. Jordan got 32 points a night at 33. Yuichiro Mura climbed Everest at 80 years old.
I'm a huge Mura
I'm
fan.
telling you, and if this dude goes for 1,000 yards at this age, wild horses could not drag you away. It is going to be that big. Massive, massive history here for the Redskins.
I'm excited to see that. But you can't just graze over Darius Geis like that, because I'm thinking, like, who am I most excited to see? Intrigue lies in what we haven't seen. And I was trying to rack my brain for an NFL rookie that was drafted rather highly that missed his entire first year, and I couldn't really think of one. But then I thought NBA style, Blake Griffin missed his, he was #1 overall.
Simmons,
missed his first whole year, came back and won rookie of his year the second year. He has that kind of potential, especially if that offensive line is happy. So the fact that we haven't seen Darius Geis, the fact that he gets to maybe be in a backfield with that stud, that 34-year-old running back, learning from him like Tim Duncan and David Robinson back in the day, like that sort of like two Twin Tower powerhouses. There's that. But what if Darius Geis is the one running back in NFL history to outshine Adrian Peterson, to sort of take the torch and run with it? There's so much intrigue with Darius Geis. And he may not participate in mandatory minicamp. He might be in the building. He's said to be full go for training camp. We'll see it. But both of those running backs are super intriguing.
Yeah, such a loaded running back room. For me, let's go back to the AFC. I want to talk about a fifth-year running back that kind of suffers from what Kyle talks about, the average name syndrome.
What do you got?
James White, the fifth-year running back for the New England Patriots. This dude does everything. And by everything, I mean he can run out of the backfield in between the tackles, and, of course, he can catch out of the backfield. He had 22 targets in the red zone. That led the team. My man had 12 TDs. No other guy had more than 6 individually. We know that he can catch the ball. He had 15 catches in the AFC divisional game. That's a record right there. James White is one of those dudes that, because he plays for the Patriots, because they spread the ball around so much, we don't look at him as a dominant player. I'm looking forward to him doing this thing. He had over 1,100 yards, 87 catches. You know what? This past week, I took a last-minute trip to surprise my wife to Toronto and watch the Raptors game. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Never been to the Finals. And I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the game. And there was an individual that made an impact on every play. That's Kawhi Leonard. If you pay attention to him, he makes changes on defense. He disrupts the ball. He takes the ball, and when he has it in his hand, he makes plays. And when he's not using the ball, other individuals are making plays. So for me, James White, he's kind of like Kawhi Leonard, because even when he's not touching the ball, linebackers, safeties, cornerbacks, they have to pay attention. And when he has the ball in his hand, he makes a huge impact. This is a dude that can change the game every time he's on the field. So James White, among the running backs that have the big names, I guarantee you this, he will have another tremendous season, and we're going to gloss over it because he's a New England Patriot, and Tom Brady's the GOAT. He makes everybody better. But James White needs to be respected as one of the best running backs in the league.
I love
that. So 9 camps kicking off today, and we just started the show with running backs. It's sort of interesting because I feel like for a while, we got away from the running back as an important position that teams have been building around. It's been more about the passing game. So are we going back? Are we throwing it back, guys? And is the RB spot making a comeback?
No, I don't think so. As much as I hate to say this,
what do you mean?
Kyle,
what are you talking about?
Who was our resident running back?
Let's move some furniture.
I know. No, relax, KB.
I'm still wrapping my mind around the Kawhi comparison.
Well, he does he's a robot. Kawhi
Rex
is a robot.
Burkhead is Fred Van Vliet.
Van Vliet been balling. Van Vliet,
I think
right?
Case Keenum is Bruce Bowen over here with the Spurs. I love all the NBA. It's great.
You know, as much as we love the running backs, you know, Todd Gurley is my favorite running back. He puts up 20 TDs. Ezekiel Elliott could be the best in the business. The list goes on and on and on, all the way to the rookies that we're looking forward to see this year. It doesn't come down to running backs dominating the game. It always comes down to quarterbacks protecting the ball and not turning over when they're passing the ball. So for me, as much as it looks like the trend is changing and it's a copycat league and you need a stout running back to win a Super Bowl, Todd Gurley couldn't win the Super Bowl for the Rams. Neither could C.J. Anderson. As much as the Patriots have a host of running backs, they have more of an impact in the passing game as wide receivers than they do as running backs running between the tackles. So, no, the game hasn't changed, and the running backs aren't coming back into style.
Did Michelle score the only touchdown, though?
Sure, and I think what you were alluding to is that we're so involved with Saquon and Kamara and Le'Veon, and we start the show with all these running backs that clearly it feels like it's a running back renaissance. I would also say pump the brakes. This is a nice little story, and they're good complementary players. But I go back 25 years ago, 2 generations of football, and if you want to talk about a running back era, these are the top 5 leading rushers. Look at the carries.
The volume.
331 carries, 333. Emmitt Smith carried the ball 368 times in 1994. Natron Means, Marshall Faulk. That was the running back era, and if we can get some high...
Hey, what's up, Moose?
Hey, any excuse to see Emmett run all over the Cleveland Browns, the Bill Belichick Browns.
This is the 75th anniversary season.
This is the old throwback uniforms. There's Marshall Falk in a Colts uniform, the Marshall plan. And of course, if we can get some Chris Warren from Rick Meyer, I'm here for it. This is it, gashing the Charlie Casserly Redskins.
Sorry, Charlie.
And of course, Natron. Get out of here.
But what does he mean, Peter?
He means business.
Of course he does.
But this is the running back era. This is the generation, and of course Barry's going to do what Barry does. But to me, we can talk all we want about Saquon and the wonder of Kamara and McCaffrey. That poor number 42 on this Patriots never got to play again. I mean, that was just embarrassing.
So
that's the running back
they're
era.
incredible.
You're going to let them come at you?
No. Oh, no.
Come on, Kyle.
It's my favorite season in NFL history is the 94 season, but you want to talk about evolution, how the game's changed. Peter, those are 5 fantastic running backs. I have my own full screen here on the television.
What do you got?
This is interesting to me. I'm dead serious about this. Here's the same guys. Here's how many catches they had.
Talk about it.
Sanders at 44, 41. Guys, McCaffrey will drop 100 catches on you like it's nothing. Saquon, 91. Even a guy like Zeke, who you just think he's a workhorse, he'll drop 77 catches, blow all of these guys away. The game is changing. Now here, my final point though, however, as much as I love these McCaffreys, it's already changing back. Watch teams now that are, as the linebackers getting smaller, they're going to a power running game. Let me give you some teams. The Patriots, we know we're doing. Detroit is going to have a power running game this year. Atlanta just drafted 2 linemen, and they got Devontae Freeman. Jacksonville's trying to do it for years, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to mash you. So as everyone's getting smaller and faster, teams are already getting bigger again. It's coming back. I'm here for it.
Yeah!
Power running game. Saquon. We've got Lev Bell reporting to camp. We've got 9 mandatory camps kicking off all the coverage all week long, all day long here on NFL Network. Kyle, what's my favorite number?
43.
43.
So Russell Wilson said he wants to play till he's 43.